Degrees of separation, connecting you to the source.
What it is, what it do, man. We back off up in this thing one more time. Hey, it's your boy. It's your host, Elder Joshua Peacock.
And co-host Pastor DJ Sales.
Yes, Sirski. Hey, man, I got a special one with us today, man. I'm talking about we go back like both, like I don't even know, man. We just go back, man. We go back, way back, man. But we've been down like four flat tires. That's what I was about to say. You know what I'm saying? A very special guest, a classmate of mine, none other than Vida Laboy. The crowd goes, wow. Vida, how you doing?
Nice. I'm doing good.
Yes. My classmate. I don't know how long we've been knowing each other.
Um, I want to say
Okay. When did you first? Yes. When did you first come to Denellen?
Denellen middle or high school?
It's been a while. Just period. Oh, so you started in Denellen middle school, 8th grade.
Right.
Okay, so
Well, I started in
back
6th grade, but I think like
we so we gonna go back to
I want
6th
to say
grade.
about 8th grade when you guys were like out there. Yeah.
Okay, well, I was going to Denellen since 2nd grade. So we've been going to school together since 6th grade, and that's about 25 years ago. Not to tell our age.
Hey.
Right.
My boy say, dang.
Hey.
Yeah, man, 25 years ago. It's crazy, man. Yeah, because we about to hit our 20th anniversary next year. In about
Already?
what? A few months. Yeah, already in a few months. We'll be 20 years out of high school. Yeah, 2004.
You don't even feel like it, do it?
I mean, it does, but it don't.
Yeah. Do you have any stories from high school? You know, maybe
Only stories I got from high school is like, football years. Just me being able to record your play. I used to be on the TV production crew, and I used to record the games, pep rallies, name it. I was there.
Oh, I didn't even know that you was part of the TV crew. Oh, that's dope. That's dope because they used to like y'all used to like put out highlights on there and like the whole thing like for the whole year and stuff. Yeah, that was dope, man. I didn't even know that. I remember Drew being on the was it Drew on the TV production crew?
I believe so.
Yeah, it was a couple of football players, yeah.
I was on with the old school camera recording everything.
You had one of these right here? Let me see. You had one of these right here?
That's it. Yep.
Oh Lord.
They were back then. They were a little bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's dope, man. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. We just recently got reacquainted because you had a friend that was in need and, came to me for assistance. And we was talking, she came to my job looking for a vehicle. And we were just sitting there talking at my desk after we, figured out what she was going to do about the car. And I didn't know that she had a business going on. I said, man, I got to get you on the podcast. I have to get you on the podcast. And she said, yeah, no doubt, just whenever you're ready, I'm willing. And now we have her here today, and I'm so excited to have her here. A young lady who's always, just full of joy, always smiling, always in a good spirit. And we're just happy for you to be able to bless us with your presence on our podcast. Um, and we're going to get into it. What
Okay.
is the name of your business?
It's called Leola Livery Car Service.
Okay. And what, of course, is a car service. So, first off, where is Leola Livery? Where does that name come from?
So Leola is my fiance's mom that passed away. Um, when he lived in California, he had a lawn business that he named Leola, and it was successful. So he decided this time around he was going to use the same name.
Okay. All right, that's dope. I always see, we found a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people would name, like Argenis, another one of our classmates, he commemorized his late daughters, and a lot of his business and stuff like that. And that's dope to always
Hmm.
keep that memory and that name alive of people that inspired us, people that had a major part in our lives, and things of that sort. Now, how long have you guys been
Right.
in operation?
So, like I said, he was a truck driver for 30 plus years and he got hurt on the job. So he decided when like before the pandemic started, he decided that he was just gonna figure something out. And he went out one day, came home, and he was like, I need you to take me to this place so I could pick up a car. I was like, what do you mean a car? And that's where it all started. He started with locals. We started with one car throughout the whole pandemic. Everything went really good. Um, After the pandemic, we were blessed to be able to buy another car. And, 4 years later, we've been in business since. We have 4 vehicles that we use for the business. So we've been doing pretty good.
That's pretty dope. And now, do you guys use a particular vehicle for like a particular um, service or occasion?
So the first car that we got was a Chrysler 300 Walter Pete, and that's the baby. That's the one that does the good stuff. She goes to the airport. She goes to like big events and stuff like that. Then we have, you know, another 300. It's more like a sports car that does the
Okay.
locals, and we have a SUV. And depending on the space that you need, that's what we use the SUV to do airport runs if we have a big group of people, or like if you're going to an event and you have a big group of people, we use the SUV.
That's dope. That's dope. And who is the primary driver of the vehicles?
My fiance.
Come
I
on,
wasn't on
man.
board when we
Peacock,
started.
you do that. That man
You
got a
never know.
CDL, No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right,
You
right.
right. You right. You right, man.
But
Cause hey, go ahead.
yeah, when we started, I wasn't on board. I'm like, this isn't gonna work. Like, it's the pandemic. They told us to lock down. That's not gonna
Right.
work, but it did work. So now that everything's gone the way God planned it, I'm on board.
Um, I had a quick question, Peacock. So, when I don't know when I heard it, I was like taxi, but it seems so much more, and not to look down on taxi drivers, but it seems so much more like a little more eloquent though. Like it seems a little different. Do you feel like, the delivery, specifically your delivery service is like a little more different from like a taxi service?
It is
Okay.
because um we're more private,
Mm-hmm.
and we're not gonna be, we're not gonna get to you late, or we're not gonna get to you, or we're not gonna get to you at all. So, it's private, reliable. Um, you're not gonna get in one of our vehicles and it'll be dirty. They're always
Right.
clean. So yeah, pretty much it's different from a taxi. It's also different from like Uber and Lyft, if I can say
Right.
that.
Yes.
Um, we try to stay, as far as our prices goes, we try to stay a little under, so that we can also help the community instead of hindering. So
Right. And
That's
and
good.
that's pretty much what
and,
we
and
do.
that's dope because when we started this podcast, it was like right in the middle of the pandemic, right, bro? No, it was yeah, it was
It was
like
19, wasn't it? It was 19,
we're running on 3 years now, so it was 20.
20.
But you remember, it was like right when we started, like in June. The pandemic started in May, so it was like, or March. So it was like it didn't even hit yet because we were still having like people come in, and like all of
Yeah.
our first guests we did in person. But that's dope though, because this whole platform is built around creating a network of a community of people, you know what I mean? That so we don't have to go to these multi-million dollar big corporations that don't care anything about us but just care about the money. And that's what I see that Leola Livery Car Service is doing. It's providing a service for the community to where, somebody that don't want to put their credit card or information on this big Uber or Lyft or whatever, and
Right.
because their stuff gets hacked, and when their stuff gets hacked, all of your information is hacked with it. But if you keep it local, if you keep it within, what I'm saying, someone that's in the community, you don't have to worry about those challenges that come with going to those big
Right.
corporations. So it's dope what y'all are doing.
Yeah. And
Also,
also with
yeah, go ahead.
so also with our payments, when you say, with it being out there and, being hacked and stuff, we use what we call a Square account. We send out it, and if for some reason you have to cancel, that money will be reimbursed, no problem.
And so how long out do they have a book with you guys?
Usually, we prefer 24 hours, but if it's something that you need like on the day, then we'll make something happen. That's
Right.
that's only when it comes to like airports. We do Orlando, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Gainesville. So, we have a wide range of where we go. So usually 24 hours, and then the invoice would have to be paid before pickup.
Okay.
That's good. Is it, and this is, you guys, it's our primary source of income.
No, no.
Okay.
She said, "I'm a hustler,
We
baby."
right, that's pretty much what it is. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just to make ends meet pretty much,
Yes.
cuz the way this economy is going is just ridiculous.
Now you're more car savvy than the average female. And I know that because when we were talking at the dealership, she was talking about this and that, and it got to get this, got to, you know what I'm saying, and the underpinnings and the this and that. I was like, oh, okay, she know what she talking about. She ain't just out here driving no vehicles. She
Right.
know what needs to be served. Like, and she had your personal vehicle. It was like a what 12-year-old vehicle, and that thing still looked pristine, man.
I think it's older. It's a 2003.
Oh wow, yes. 20-year-old vehicle. Yeah, and that thing you wouldn't be able to tell it was 20 years old at all
Really?
whatsoever. Yes.
That vehicle almost old enough to drink.
Hey DJ, that vehicle almost older than you, man. Your baby.
Hey, man.
Nah, he ain't that young. But seriously though, like, so I can imagine what the fleet looks like. You know what I mean? If her
Right.
personal vehicle, which is 20 years old, is flawless and still in good running shape, still looks good. You know what I mean? I can imagine what the fleet looks like. Who does the
I mean,
service? Does your go ahead?
my fiance does it.
Okay.
Yeah, he does what he, thing with his cars. Yeah.
I mean that's
I
super. That's
wish he
super
was up,
dope.
but
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. We you know what I'm saying, we got the spokeswoman here today. You know what I mean? It's all good because, you represent the company well, but it's good to know that everything is, and this is how you build a business. A lot of people may outsource a lot of things, but the way that you save money for the business is being able to do as much as you can yourself.
yes.
Yeah.
And
So
as long
go
as
ahead, DJ.
you do what you got to do, and you not working for the next.
Most definitely.
That's facts. So he does the detailing, when it comes to the upkeep of the vehicles.
Yes.
Hey,
She's
that's
funny.
dope.
I
Hey,
don't do none of that.
see, he seems like a
I promote the business. I fuck with the
379 type guy.
Facebook.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mm, I don't know. I should go ask him.
So you don't. Yeah, yeah, no, go ask him. Leave that. Yeah, but he's. If I know the Peterbilts are the most. Are those? Is that the most popular?
For the most part, yeah. You got Pete's, KW, people like KWs. It's pretty much gonna be the long noses. So it's gonna be like a Pete 379. You're gonna get your Kenworth, what is it, W80, W800, W900, and one of my favorites, you're gonna get your Freightliner Classics. So like, as long as it got a long nose, for the most part, you can skate by with it.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in a Pete right now. No,
So
I
go ahead, DJ.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I just said that because a lot of guys, keep their trucks clean. Typically, they have Pete's. You see them shining the little gear shifter. They shine in they chrome. Every time they go to
Yes.
pick up a
Yes.
load, they shining up something.
I used to go on the road with him
So that's how he
when
is.
we first met.
Okay.
It's yeah, it's fun. I miss it. He don't miss it. I miss it.
Hey, you get paid to see the world.
Right.
But with this car service, how many trips would you take in a day? Like how many rides would I don't know what would you call it? Trips, rides? How many would be done in a day?
They would be considered trips because that's what it is. It's a trip. Depending. It all depends. We try not to double book because it's like wear and tear on the cars. But if we do have to double book, he would take a car out and then I would take the other. And so like that, we're not doing just one vehicle back and forth.
Right. So have you guys considered? So it's just you two driving. If so, have you considered more drivers?
because we are so small, considering another, right now it's not like visible, you know?
Right. Right.
Right. Need a little bit more of expansion, as far as well, more so maybe like on the
Right,
clientele side, and then that'll kind of work
right,
itself out.
right.
Um, I I have a question. Is there any like as far as I guess when you have a transportation business, is there any like regulations? You know what I'm saying?
As far as what?
Well, I don't know. It might not be. I mean, you don't have to have like any
Special
like
insurance or
special,
anything like that?
right?
No. We pretty much everyone's covered under our insurance. So if anything was to happen, the insurance would cover the one that we have. So
Okay, even if they know, you guys are like transporting people within the car, it's pretty much just treated
right,
like if I was just driving my vehicle.
right.
Okay.
I mean, outside of the purchasing of a vehicle or in the maintenance, it seems like there is not that much overhead, or wouldn't be any overhead really, besides gas and tolls, but that can get absorbed within the fee.
Right.
So
That's
how
how
did
we've been
he?
doing it.
How did so? Is your fiance? Is he the type of person that always has an idea, always has a plan, always thinking of something to improve?
Yes, he doesn't sit still. He can't sit still. It's not in his nature.
I mean, that's good to have a
So
man
like with the
like that.
business, like I said, he came in and he was like, he just got this quick off. I didn't hear you.
All right. Oh, now hold on. I think my internet acting up now. But maybe that'll help it out a little bit better. But I was saying that's good to have a man that is constantly trying to make it happen for his family.
Yes.
Can you speak on that a little bit more?
Um, I mean, I personally I think I lucked out, because he met me and my kids. One of them was 5, the other one was 3.5, and it was just me, and a lot has changed. A lot has, um, like he's done a lot, to the point where we're no longer living in an apartment. We're living in a house, So he makes things happen. So I think, like I said, I think I've lucked out.
I wouldn't
And
necessarily call it luck. You attract what you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because how long, if you don't mind me asking, how long you guys been together?
going on 9 years.
Nah, they ain't got no luck. They ain't got nothing. Luck ain't got nothing to do with it. Luck ain't got nothing to do with it. Yeah, I think that speaks I think that speaks volumes to the lady that you are, to the woman that you are. That you have a man that is willing to take care of you and your children and make things happen and improve your guys' life. I think that speaks to the volumes to the woman that you are, and not luck, because it could be luck to get them, luck to get them, but to keep them for 9 years and
right,
still have them there and to provide for your family, that has everything to do with God and you and the babies and
Right,
him. Yeah, so yeah, I would
right.
say luck, but to kind of like how important is it for you to support his vision and you to come together in the vision and work it together? How important is that?
I mean, it's important to the point where if I don't support him, then where do we go? Because for two people to actually work, you have to be on the same page, no matter what.
Right. That's all you got. I'm ready for you to dive in. It's all good. It's all good. But no, that's the truth. That's the truth. I mean, because we haven't had too many. Correct me if I'm wrong, DJ. Too many uh, fiancés or husband and wives that are in business together and is
That's
making it
correct.
work together. And we just trying to, we want to drop gems for all the people that maybe, you may not be in a business together, but you're in a relationship together and your partner is doing something where they need your support. And we're just
Right.
trying to have those gems drop from someone that's actually doing it with their partner, in business and in relationship and family and everything else. And we're just trying to get those gems from someone that's actually doing it.
It's a lot
That's
of
right, man.
work. It's not easy. It's a lot of work. It's doable. Like I said, if you're not on the same page, then how do you move forward? You know? So him coming up with this business was more of a way of making income because he was a truck driver, you know, and constantly on the road. So now he's home, but he's hurt. You see what I'm saying? So now,
Right.
because he came up with the idea, if I'm like, me personally, I wasn't on board. I'm like, this isn't going to work. But then I was started to, if he stops now, then it'll be worse. So why not encourage what he's trying to do and build on it?
Right. So how go ahead, DJ.
No, I was gonna say I'm so glad you came back to that point because that's like the honesty is very much so appreciated. But at the same time, it's kind of like, man, I'm still a pivotal piece, in the success of the business. Like if we're being honest, like there's been times where I think like when I was in like or when me and my wife we were dating and we were in college, and my wife would be like, "Oh, well, I want to go do this, I want to go do that." And she kind of was like, "Man, babe, you didn't seem excited, and I was like, "Well, babe, I'm excited about it, but I kind of want to see, the vision go a little further, you know what I'm saying?" And then, and then I was like, you once I see the vision go a little further, then I'll kind of dive straight in, I dive in head first with you. And it's like, let's say for instance, if I, was just like just unsupportive, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do anything. She thought about it, so she's gonna have to do it on her own. It's like her success rate or the success rate for our family. It it increases. You feel me? If I'm more supportive, and that's I don't know. That's kind of how I view it too. It's like I could
Yeah.
be a very pivotal piece in the success rate. But yes.
And what you do, Vida, is monumental because, like you said, you support the business by promoting it and taking care of the Facebook stuff. Like, if I'm driving all day, the last thing I want to do is come home and get on Facebook and promote what I've been doing. It's like I just want to relax, and you're probably more savvy at that too. Being the
Right.
spokesperson for it and
Right.
doing all that stuff. So and a lot of people underestimate um, advertisement. advertisement. That's what makes you want something. You know, you ever been looking at TV, watching something, and then a food thing come on or a car thing come on, or it's like you never thought about that thing before in your life, and now you want to go buy a new car. You got a paid off vehicle, you good to go, and now they showing all these brand new cars and all these new features, or a phone. Your phone worked perfectly fine. Oh, I got to have that new phone now because they didn't show it to me. You know,
Man,
advertisement
Apple
gets you
almost got
stuff.
me like that.
Right. All of a sudden, your phone starts
It was
messing
that
up.
Type C charger.
Yeah, before your phone start messing up. Yeah, and that's why all these major companies getting all this money because of they're selling our data, and so other people are advertising to us.
That's
But if we
facts.
can advertise to each other, we can put some of these places out of business or take a great portion of their customers, you know, and give them like transport them over to the small business, you know,
Right.
because that's what runs this country,
Right.
small business.
And I
That's straight
think
Yes.
fact.
when it comes to small businesses, we all need to support one another because the big corporations are taking over. And then what's going to happen? These mom and pop places, small businesses are going to go out of business, and the rich are going to keep getting richer.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you mentioned uh like the airport runs, and you mentioned local. What are some of your local trips that your customers are taking?
So we have two steady customers. We pick them up and take them to work on a weekly basis. Locals will be if you need a ride to the hospital or to a doctor's office or something like that. Or if you got to go to the grocery store and you call on us, we got you.
That's
Those
dope
are our
that you
locals.
taking people to work. Oh, that's cool,
Yes.
man. That's cool. Look, hey, I need you at 6 o'clock. I need you to pick me back
Yeah.
up.
He,
Hey, go ahead.
he does Monday through Thursday, and then I pick up Thursday to Sunday, and that's how we alternate the work schedule.
That's cool right there, man. And the boss can't hold the person longer. It's like, man, I got my ride out there waiting, man. I got my car service out.
Right.
I got to go. I can't stay no more longer. That's
Right.
cool, man.
If we take on a client that's gonna be weekly, then their invoice will be for the week. It's not like you have to pay every day. It'll be one set price for that week.
Okay. And so what? You just email that invoice to them? How do they get the invoice?
The Square account that we use is a Square account business. So when we send the invoice, it's right off of that account and it goes to your email. You pay the invoice and then we receive it, and it's just that simple. None of your information
Okay.
stays with us. We don't keep any credit card or any information like that.
That's pretty dope. That's going back to that security. You know, they can have peace of mind
Right.
and a sense of security when they're when they're giving frequenting your business. And all the others. Like I have never I've been in an Uber before. I've never personally ordered one or had Uber Eats or anything like that. But I'm pretty sure that your information stays, like your card is saved to their profile and all that stuff, right? Because they just automatically just take it out of your account.
I believe so because of their website, you have to, like, when you request a ride, you have to do it on their website for like future rides and stuff.
Right. And
Yeah,
if
you
you
gotta build the
uh,
whole profile. I've never done it
Right.
either with Uber
Me
or Lyft.
neither.
I can't even order one really because they want me to build a profile, and I'll be like, man, I'm just finna ride, walk or do something else. It's too much.
Right. Right. Now, have you guys taken anybody to like any like games or football games or like basketball games or anything like that?
Um, we have done graduations. He just picked up a groom and a bride just a week ago.
Mm.
So we pretty much do it all. It just, you have to book us ahead of time. That's all.
It sounds like prom is
We've
coming
even,
coming soon.
yeah, that's gonna be busy. So
Yeah. And if you need an extra rider
we
during
also
that
do.
that day, that night, hey, I come pick up a prom party or something,
Right. I was listen. That seemed like an idea. I was telling him maybe we should get a bus and do like a party bus.
Party
Like
bus.
that's
Oh
just like
yeah,
that's like future.
yeah, most
Gotta
definitely.
build up to it.
Yeah,
Gotta work on it.
yeah, that'd be
Man,
dope.
hey, y'all could go ahead and get like a stretch limo, like a Cadillac or something, man. And just, hey, look, to rent it for the night, it'll cost this much. You got a chauffeur. He come and pull you up, boom, come and pick you back up. Get the ride in style, man.
Right.
We gotta bring back the limo. When was the last time you seen a limo?
Right.
We got
I mean, I seen a like a SUV limo.
how long ago?
Um, I want to say a couple of months ago. It actually went through
Okay.
town.
Stretch Hummer.
Yeah, I remember when they started stretching out everything, man. That was back time,
Hmm.
about when the big timers and the hot boys was out. Everything was stretched out and all that other stuff. But back in our heyday, you know what I'm talking about? but that'll be, like to bring that back would be dope. You know what I mean? Because everybody wanted to be in the limo at
Right.
prom. Everybody
Right.
wanted to ride in the limo at the wedding or whatever like that. Everybody wanted to be in the limo.
Didn't
You know
you
what I
guys
mean?
show
Put
up in a
everybody
limo
in.
for prom?
One of them probably I think I did, but another one I rented out a drop top. What was that thing called? Was it Solora or something like that? I think for my senior prom, I had a drop top, and my girlfriend at the time, my mama said I wasn't supposed to drive it. Man, I was pushing that thing harder than I could. Think I ain't finna drive it, man. Look at here, yeah, man.
Yeah, it's crazy
But
because I showed up the prom in a stretch Hummer, but or whatever, it wasn't a limo. I want to say it was like a stretch Hummer or something. But I preferred to just go ahead and have me like just give me a rental car because they just dropped me off, took me back home, and I'll never forget.
And left
Man,
you?
they stayed, because my stepfather, he knew the guy, so I got it really discounted. But man, that man dropped me right back off home, man. And for prom, I just went to the crib and that was it, played video
uh,
games and
Well, listen,
I
don't
ain't
feel
go
bad.
I ain't go out and do nothing
Don't
major.
feel bad. My aunt took me to prom.
you did what, bro?
My aunt took me to prom and waited outside.
Oh no!
Oh
She wasn't
man.
having it.
There was no going nowhere
Oh
after that.
Lord.
Oh man, I ain't gonna tell my prom story. I'm just gonna leave that in the files, in the cabinets. I ain't gonna tell what I did. Yeah, I didn't go home though. I can tell you that.
You was a high school jock, man. That's why.
Yeah, I ain't go home,
Hey,
man.
I was that kid that was playing Yu-Gi-Oh, man. Hey, I I ain't had no homeboys doing nothing else, man.
Yeah, man. Oh, bro. It was saying we home play video games.
Went home and played video games, man. Now the next day was straight. Now we all got together and ate and all this other stuff. But
Right,
that
right.
night of, I was like, yeah, I gotta go. Man, I had done just gave. Man, I was 17. I had done gave my life to Christ.
Oh,
Man, I
yeah,
know
yeah,
I wasn't
yeah,
out there doing nothing.
yeah. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. But back to the business. Um, what does it do for you to have your children see their mom like have a business, run a business, operate a business?
I mean, they're boys. They're not really into it, but I'm hoping once they get older and they get their license, they become part of it.
Right.
You know,
Right,
right now
right.
they're just in the video game stage. They don't care about nothing else.
Y'all don't incorporate them into it any way like that?
Usually when I go and get my weekend rides, I take one of them with me. You know, sometimes they don't want to go, but I'll take them with me.
Right, right. And as a driver, do you have like is there a conversation that has to be like how do you interact with each customer? Do they talk or do they request music? Do they like what are some of the requests of your riders?
Sometimes we come across people that don't talk. They don't say anything. They just sit back there. We'll have someone that'll say, "Okay, well, I would like a quiet ride." That's what they get. Although it's boring, but they get, you know.
Right.
Um, Sometimes we get the talkative ones. They talk and they talk about everything. They talk about where they're going, um, how long they're gonna be gone, stuff like that. So we engage with their conversation just to make the ride more comfortable.
Now, what is the craziest ride or story that you, if you could tell it, if not, we understand.
Like I said, when I got on board, I had a client that I picked up three of them and took them to school and then took them home. And the lady did not want any music at all, English, Spanish. She didn't want no music at all. And she wanted her daughters like directly to school and directly home. And then she was like, the reason why I don't want no music is because my kids don't listen to it at home. I was like, okay.
What does she think her children listening to at school?
Cardi B.
Exactly. That's what I said. But
Ski.
So it was three girls.
yes. And they all went to what's that? Oh gosh. What's that church before you get to like Carlton, not Carlton. Yeah, Carlton Arms.
Oh, man, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think it starts with it has like a Metalwood.
Yeah, that one. So there's a private school behind it, and that's where they
Okay,
went.
yeah, them children listening, they listening to something. they listening to something. I mean, you can't be that tight on your children, man, because that's gonna make them rebel even more.
But the
But you know,
funny
you
thing
can.
is, the conversations that the two oldest one would have in the car, they were listening to more than what their mama thought.
Oh, of course, of course, of course. So you even take children to school. So when you take them to school, you have to be ready for them to pick them up in the car ride. How does that work? Because I know when you pick children up, you have to have like different signs and different.
Oh, trust me, I had them. I had them.
Do you have to get that approved?
I
Like,
had my own kids. I had my own kids and her 3 kids.
jeez. And they went to different schools though, right?
Yes.
Jeez. So you have to get that approved through like the parent and the office, like, or does the parent just put you on the list, or like how does that work?
I believe she let the office know that she was having a car service pick up her kids, and as long
And
as
it
I
would
had
be
like their card,
okay.
they were fine to be picked up.
And that was just for like that occasion, or was it like for an elongated period of time?
I did it for a whole school year.
Oh
Whoa.
wow.
Yeah.
Boy, that was money in hand. Oh wow.
So when they do it would you charge that by the week or what?
Well, because it wouldn't be the week, it would just be Monday through Friday. That's what they would be charged is Monday through Friday. And then like on the days that they had like half a days, then it would be a half a charge. And the days that they didn't go to school, well, we just didn't charge.
Right. So you had to stay in contact with the mother on like a continual basis, like if they was, sick or if they were, whatever would happen.
Right. She would send me an email, a text message, letting us know like, they're not getting picked up today, or I've already picked them up from school, and because it's private school, their calendar year isn't the same as public school.
Right. So would you have to like pick who would so the distance and time between picking up your children and picking up their children, how would that work?
So I would pick them up. Like my kids' mom didn't start school till about 7:30. So I would pick them up at 6:30, and then I would travel the 20 minutes to the other school. And then my other son, I would drop him off early at the high school and then take them.
That's a lot of traveling and dropping off and picking up. And now, did your children are they still friends with those children?
No, no.
Okay.
Like my kids are more wild. They like the music. They like the noise, and they didn't like the fact that we had silence.
They probably ask you a million questions.
That's pretty dope because
Right.
that lends that
I
community
used
that
to get, mommy, why do
community
we have them up?
that community aspect of your business that goes beyond what these other car services, these corporation car services can do because they're not picking up people's children for a whole school year. They're not taking
Right.
people to work
Right, that's
like
right.
on a continuous basis. You know what I mean? And you build that, and with that, do a lot of your business come through recommendations or referrals?
We try to tell we try to get, well, no, with everything is word of mouth. We started off with word of mouth. Um, and when we, get a new client, we kind of let them know, we have a Google account that we would like you to leave a review or a comment or something. And if they do, that's fine. If they do that, they don't, that's fine too.
Okay, because I would, if we're gonna do what we're gonna do to support, but I just wondered how your business is promoted from, like, say, word of mouth from like referrals and recommendations and stuff like that. I wonder if, how much of that is a part of the business.
Like I said, we don't do any referrals or anything like that. Um, but if someone refers you and we like, we try to give a discount when it comes to that. Um, like I said, our business picked up by word of mouth. Clients will tell their friends, and then like that.
Now, does most of your, because you're like what, 4 or 5 miles away from me? Is most of your business in that area, or is it like all over Marion County or Ocala?
Pretty much, Marion County. Because if they call us from like Gainesville saying that they need a ride into Ocala, we'll make that happen. We'll pick you up from another, area and bring you to Ocala, or take you to another county. Like it depends. We're open to Central Florida.
That's pretty. And to tell you the truth, you're the only car service that I know of.
Right.
Seriously?
Right.
Yes, yes, you're the only car service that I know of that people, somebody who's a small business that's not a big corporation that has a car service. Are you know more?
I've seen people trying to do it, but when you're not committed, you don't succeed. We're committed.
Right, right, right. That's dope. That's super dope. Do y'all pick up? Do y'all do like the Leola Livery eats car service? Like, do y'all do that? Like, pick up food for people from like,
Um, he has done it before. When we started, he has done it.
right?
Like he had a client that called and said, "Hey, would you go pick me up this and this, and I'll pay you when you come bring it to my house." And he's done it.
I mean, you got to be willing to do when you're a small business. You got to be able to. You got to be
You got
willing
to be malleable.
to. Yeah, you got to be. Yeah,
Right.
Got to be.
yeah, yeah. That's super dope, man. Because I mean, I'll probably never do Uber Eats. I just don't. And I know they do precautions to make sure that your food's not tampered with. But in the early days, that was not so. that was not so. People eat your fries and,
Right. You
and
either
drinking
you
out
either
your
had it to go or
drinks.
you didn't.
Yeah, yeah. I couldn't do it, but with somebody that I can trust, somebody that I have a relationship with, I will trust them with the care of my food, with the care of my children, with the care of me, more so than I do, some person that some stranger, and I have a relationship with you. Like you said, we go back 25 years of knowing each other, so I would feel more comfortable with someone that is a part of my community, someone that I know I can see, reach out and touch, reach out and speak to, than this some stranger. You know what I mean? And I think that's
Right.
what's so cool about what you guys have and what you guys are doing. You're building a relationship and a service through. You're building service through building a community through service, and that's super
Right.
dope.
And
Yeah.
we try to make everyone feel safe. Like I said, our cars are clean, and we don't do like the sharing of vehicles. So our service is door to door. We pick you up, we take you where you gotta go. It's just, it's easier, it's more safe. I think it's a good deal.
Right.
That
And go ahead, DJ.
no, I was gonna say that probably actually helped during the pandemic time. During the time where people's businesses were failing because they weren't as hygienic, or I wouldn't even say hygienic. They just weren't quarantine ready. Let's just say that. But this business, it's like, hey, it's one customer, one client, wipe it down. Next client, wipe it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a
Right.
million people at once. So yeah.
Yep.
One final question that I have is: do you pass the aux cord? or let them plug up to the US or the Bluetooth, or do they just make a request and you play it?
I personally haven't done it. I don't know if he's done it, but I doubt it.
They gonna listen to whatever is in there.
Right. Well, he's more flexible. He's more flexible when it comes to music because he'll listen to anything, and he creates his own playlist for like certain customers. Me, I just one station. You like it? You love it? Cool. I'm with you.
What station is
You
that?
don't want no music? We can turn it off.
What station is that?
Listen, I just put like hits from 15 or my Spanish station, and that's it.
He said, "Like it or love it, baby. This is it. Either that, we cut this thing off. We gonna ride us, ride us."
Right.
That's hilarious. That's
I had to pick
hilarious.
up one client that had a little girl, and he was like, because he has picked them up before, so he was like, the little girl, she's a little autistic, she can get a little, irritated. So I was like, don't worry, I got it. I done made a whole Disney playlist. And that's what we listened to the whole ride to the airport.
You sound like one of my vehicles now, man. With all my children, that's
Oh
my wife when
Lord.
they get rambunctious. Oh man, throw that Disney playlist on, man. And you know what it is? It's not even the songs. It's the story. They read the story and then they'll sing the songs in the middle of the story and all that other stuff like that. I'll
Right.
be into it, man. But that's the last question I had. DJ, you got anything else for Vida?
No, I definitely don't, man. That last question was good though.
All right. So Vida, if is anything that you would like to say, any things that you would like to leave, any comments, anything?
Well, the only thing I got to say is that now, because of the holidays, we have discounted prices. So if anyone needs a ride or anything to a party, to the airport, let us know. Give us a call.
That's at Leola Livery Car Service and on Facebook.com/LL Rides Now. LLRIDES Now. Facebook.com is /LL Rides Now on Facebook. DJ, what's up?
You can find me at Daryl Sales on Facebook. That's DARYLLE. Last name Sales, like salesman, like my boy Peacock. SALES. Sales. You can find me at Daryl Sales also on Instagram. And I'm also in and out of Clubhouse, man. I've been going ham as of lately at Daryl Sales, but I done changed my name, man, cause yeah, I don't want people to mistake me for any other Daryl. So I changed my name on that, man. My name on that
Okay.
Debo.
Hey man, you can hit me up. Usually I don't want you to find me, but now I want you to find me because the ministry is in full effect. That's Elder Joshua Peacock on Facebook. You can catch my sermons. Wrapped in the Word Ministries. We live in effect, man, on Sunday. My Bible studies throughout the week. Hit me up on the inbox if you want to talk to me. And with us, man, DEGREEZ, Degrees of Separation. DEGREEZ, Degrees of Separation at Gmail. If you want to help us on email, Degrees of Separation on Facebook and Instagram. Degrees of Separation, all one word, on YouTube. Hey man, we get connected and we stand connected. Also, if you'd like to be a contribute to the podcast monetarily, you can hit us up on Cash App at $NTELLECT1, Intellect1 on Cash App. Again, we may be 1 or 2 degrees separated from each other, but when it comes to God, there should be 0 degrees of separation. And we are.